What's up, Key Issues? Garrick here, and today we're talking some Luke Cage. More specifically, we're going to talk about Misty Knight and the origins of her cool new bionic arm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to become legendary so you don't miss any Key Issues content, and let us know if there's any legends down in the chat. In the comics, Misty Knight was a rising star within the New York City Police Department before she was seriously injured while preventing a terrorist attack that ended with the amputation of her right arm. Instead of being shackled to a desk, she decided to resign from the police force, and not long after that, Tony Stark provided her with a brand new arm which endowed her with superhuman strength. Her original bionic arm was constructed from steel and designed by Stark International, obviously. But later, Stark gave her an upgrade, but this time it was made of an alloy of Antarctic vibranium and pure diamond. At close range, it was able to liquefy all known metals, including the nearly indestructible adamantium, which is the same metal that coats the skeleton of Wolverine. It was also able to generate a wide anti-gravity repulsor field similar to what Iron Man's armor is capable of. Her arm was also able to release beams of cryogenic energy, which was able to cover a target in a blanket of ice almost instantaneously. Iron Man later revealed that the arm also had technopathic capabilities, which allowed Misty to control hordes of robots, which is a pretty cool feature. Probably should have mentioned that when he first gave her the arm, but whatever. After a while, Danny Rand, aka the Iron Fist, commissioned another upgrade which added brand new features to the arm, including magnetism and concussive blasts. So while the arm is very, very powerful and capable of superhuman feats, the rest of Misty's body is pretty human. So while the arm can lift crazy amounts, her body cannot support that. But where does Misty's arm come from in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Does it come from Wakanda, like Bucky's new arm? Did it come from Hydra, like Bucky's original arm? Did it come from Stark Industries, like it did originally in the comics? Well, actually, none of the above. In the first trailer for Luke Cage Season 2, we catch a brief glimpse of the blueprints, and on the corner, the logo here proves to us that Rand Enterprises is responsible for the design. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise, since after Misty's amputation, Colleen Wing suggests that Danny and Rand Enterprises may be able to help. It's unfortunate that there aren't any connections to Stark Industries, which would have given the Netflix series a big link to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that many of us have been asking for. But it's at least accurate to the comics for Rand to be partially responsible for the bionic arm. But as cool as it is to see Netflix's wing of the Marvel Cinematic Universe take some initiative and push the normally medicinal research and investment conglomerate into something more tech-based, it does force us to ask a few questions. With Rand Enterprises being somewhat less known for weapons-based technology than Stark Industries, should we expect a much more toned-down version of Misty Knight's bionic arm? It seems unlikely that repulsor fields and cryogenic energy blasts will be generated by this version, in spite of how advanced the technology we've seen from the actual MCU has been. Just take a look at what Iron Man's armor was able to do in Infinity War, or what Ant-Man is capable of. But instead, I bet we'll see something much closer to her old-school original arm. Not the metal liquefying vibranium guy, but the plain old super strength giving generic mix of fancy alloys and steel. And with Misty Knight now on track to join Luke Cage in the superpowered department, can a single villain whose superpower set just makes him genetically strong and durable hold the hero's attention for a full season? Or is this the season of Luke Cage where we see the introduction of the Serpent Society? An organization whose roots have already spread throughout Netflix's corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe without having really been named or identified yet. You know, the Serpent Society, a group of supervillains that all have a snake fetish, Cottonmouth, Diamondback, Bushmaster, Are you seeing kind of a trend here? So I think we have to assume that. Just as they did in the first season of Luke Cage, Bushmaster will eventually be revealed to work for an entity powerful enough to control him, or at least wealthy enough to afford him. With the Serpent Society already having ties to the second comic book version of Bushmaster, they seem as sure a bet as any to be the true power behind the coming devastation in Luke Cage Season 2. So that's all I got for Misty Knight and her bionic arm, with a little bit of salt and pepper thrown in there at the end with the Serpent Society theory. Let me know what you guys think of both of these ideas down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe if you did like this video. It does really help us out. As always, keep it locked to key issues, and remember the motto, it's comics over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.